I'm Annabelle. I had VBT surgery at Philadelphia Shriners with Dr. Pays a little more than 6 months ago.
My name is Gemma and I have had 3 spinal fusion surgeries.
Hey everyone, my name is Sophia and I had VBT surgery about 1 year ago with Dr. Riley.
I'm Olivia from scoli-tube and we are back with another video. This video we're going to be talking about recovery tips, and these are specifically geared towards when you're home, out of the hospital, just dealing with pain management, getting back to normal, all that kind of stuff. Today we have a special guest in our video. Her name is Gemma. She's a scoliosis YouTuber. If you have questions about fusion surgery or her journey, you can check out her YouTube channel below. Definitely go subscribe as a huge thank you for helping us with this video. So this video is going to be in 3 parts. So the first part is going to be general tips for scoliosis surgery that go for fusion, ASC, or VBT. Then we will have a whole section just about ASC and VBT, since these surgeries, and then the next section and last section will be all fusion specific tips. So we hope that helps you guys out.
Hi, I'm Sam. It's a name reveal, I guess. So the one tip that I have is to make a plan with your teachers before you leave for surgery. Have your parents sit down with your teachers and just talk about how you want to get schoolwork done.
A great tip that helped me a lot, especially after surgery, was to drink tons of water because it can help flush all that extra anesthesia out of your body, making you feel less groggy after surgery.
What was helpful for us is to have a paper like this one that was just tracking all of my pain meds. So 3 Tylenol, 450 oxycodone, 820 Aleve, like that, and then writing out our schedule, so I made sure I didn't take too many pain meds, or I was not taking enough, or I was in pain, and we could look and be like, oh, can she have more, or is she out? This was
Okay, another tip that I really recommend is if you're starting a new school, to when you look to see if they have a base or send or a hub, wherever, where it supports people with disabilities or mental health issues. I find that really important because that's your place where you can go lunch and break during classes when your back's killing you, hurting you. Because when at my school I had a base, it was amazing. I could go there at lunch and break. My back was hurting during lessons. I could go there and relax, sit on the comfy chairs. It was amazing.
It is. You're not going to be able to bend down. That goes for fusion and VBT or ASC. You're not going to be able to bend down for a while. So I recommend shoes that are really easy to put on, but also not flip-flops. Like a sandal kind of thing. And so this you don't have to worry about tying, because my mom had to do it all. And you could just slip this right on, pull the elastic back. And so my mom could do it easily, and then once I could bend again, I could do it really fast, so I wasn't hunched over trying to tie for a long period of time.
So another tip that I have is to get flexible before surgery. Now, I'm a dancer, so this wasn't a problem for me.
Another tip that I have is to make sure you're very honest with your teachers about the amount of pain that you're in. When you're talking to them over email or whatever before you go back to school. I told my teachers what was going on, but then I didn't really communicate very well, so I texted them when I got out of surgery, and I was like, I'm out of surgery, everything's great, hopefully I'll be back to school soon. And then they were like, great, I'll start sending over schoolwork right now. And I was like, I'm still in the hospital, I'm not ready for schoolwork. And then I had to be no, I'm still in an immense amount of pain, it's gonna be a while before I can start really catching up on my schoolwork. So just make sure that from the beginning you're realistic with them about the timeline they're looking at for you coming back to school and about how much pain you're gonna be in.
So another tip that I have is when you are recovering from surgery to sleep with your phone in your bed next to you, and that way you can call or FaceTime your parents if you need help rolling over, or if you need them to get medicine or something for you.
Make sure that you have a lot of loose, comfortable clothing, because for me a lot of what I wear is leggings on an everyday basis. And for the surgery that I had VBT, I had an incision, a long incision, low down sideways on my back, or on my side. So for a lot of the leggings, they would kind of hit at my waist right where the incision was. So make sure that you talk to your doctor about where your incisions are going to be, so you can have clothes that don't hit right at your incisions, because that was uncomfortable for me. And then also just loose, comfortable clothes, I believe.
So no matter which surgery you had, you need to be up and walking. And so something that helped me was to have an incentive. So a bunch of my friends wrote me get well soon cards from when I was in the hospital since they couldn't come visit. And so my mom would tell me like, oh, you can read one of the cards if you go on a walk, and that, or if you did your breathing exercises. So that would just be something fun if I was in pain from the walk or from the breathing exercises. It was just something fun to do afterwards. Towards the end, when I was starting to get a little better, I would go to like the mall or the store or something, and that just made the walk a lot more enjoyable, more fun, and I was distracted because I was looking at stuff in the store or whatever. So that was a big help also.
A tip that helped me with my recovery was every time I would cough or sneeze, because I had the chest tube in, it would really hurt my chest. So one thing that helped was if I would take a pillow, any pillow, if you just hug it really tight close to your chest while you cough or sneeze, that'll help lessen the pain.
So if you're going back to school, it's going to be hard to sit in those plastic chairs. So something that really helped me was I was in high school, so I put a pillow in each of my classrooms. That way I didn't have to worry about carrying it around. And then I could just put that behind my back in my chair in each class that I was in, and it helped make it a lot more comfortable for me.
So it was also really helpful for me to ice something called your psoas muscle. This is just specific to if you're having lumbar levels done, because I had my lowest level that I had tethered was L3, which they have to like move and cut through your psoas muscle. That muscle was super sore for me. Like, it wasn't at first, but then as I started to recover more, it just got really like tender and tingly, and like the nerves kind of hurt, and it was like super sore. So it was really helpful for me to continually ice that muscle. And also, like, I've heard from a lot of people, if you have thoracic levels done, which I didn't, but if you do, I've heard there's a lot of shoulder pain. So like, don't just ice your back and incisions. Like, it's also helpful to ice other muscle groups that were like affected.
Another tip that I have is sleeping upright for the first week or so, because it helped me with my breathing and I was able to get a better night's sleep.
So I know for me, I had the chest tube that was a lot of soreness. I don't know if that's the same for everyone. I always had some sort of ice or heat on it just because it was so sore. And so if you use frozen peas or like something like that, that will actually keep the cold spot like right where you want it. So definitely get some of those, try that out.
Okay, something that is extremely important when you come home, obviously the hospital should provide you with dressings to change, to get them wet, etc. Is when you are changing them dressings to be extremely careful when you're placing them back on, and to make sure the wound is clean, make sure the plaster is fully sealed so that no air or dirt can get inside. That will prevent any infection being caused.
So another tip that I have is to have a ton of Tylenol. I'm not allowed to have ibuprofen for a full year, and before surgery I wasn't allowed to have it for 6 months. I still need to take Tylenol to sleep through the night for at least a month.
Okay, one thing that you don't want to do when you're recovering is to rush back into everything. You don't want to rush back into sports, because if you rush back into your everyday activities, you could cause more severe damage to your spine, or you could even create long and devastating pain. When you're recovering, you need to take every day as it comes.
Another tip that I have is to get some loose bras. This obviously only applies to the girls who are getting surgery, but it's a good tip because you don't want anything that's like going to be too rough on the scar. So you might not want to do anything like unhooking, so maybe no clasp. And you want to kind of go easy on that area, especially if your lungs got affected by the surgery.
We hope you liked the video, guys. Make sure you subscribe, and also subscribe to Gemma. Make sure to comment if you have any other tips that helped you with surgery, and if you have surgery coming up, we want to hear any questions you might have. We'd love to answer them for you. So leave them in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up so hopefully it can help someone else, and share this video with anyone you know who's getting spinal fusion, VBT, or ASC coming up. And we'll see you guys later. Bye!